Christmas, guys. I have a bit of a special treat for you. I was working on this sticker set for someone, and my sister saw them and asked me to set up her 2023 bullet journal, which means I get to show this to you guys. Now, some of this footage got cut off, so I don't have the very end of this setup, but I do have most of it. This is a Vivid Scribbles journal, and it has 3 bookmarks, an elastic closure, a pen loop, and a back pocket. I used this journal myself for 2022, and I really do love this brand. I think it's a very good bang for your buck, but the inlay on this journal doesn't have a filling to it, so I'm just going to take some gold acrylic paint and fill in the design on the cover. And you just see me rubbing the paint into the grooves with my finger, and then I just wipe it off with a dry paper towel, and then again with a damp one, and it looks so much better. It also holds up really well. I did the same to my journal, which I used this year, and as you can see, it just held up beautifully. Anyways, getting into the setup, I have these prints which I made. They're available on my Etsy as a digital download, and I'm just going to cut them out on my trusty paper cutter, and then I'm placing the 2023 print on the very first page. I really like this gray background, and I thought it looked really good against the blue. Now for this page that doesn't quite open all the way because of the glue, I'm just going to put a quick quote from Winnie the Pooh that says, "The nicest thing about the rain is that it always stops." It's my sister's first year as a teacher. She teaches 3rd grade, and she's really been struggling a bit. And they say that the first couple of years teaching are the worst. So I told her that this was probably the hardest it was ever going to be. So I thought that this quote was really appropriate for her to motivate her to keep going. Then I'm going to glue the index pages together since she also does not use them. And let me just say that this Elmer's glue stick was not working. It was just drying way too fast and it warped the pages really bad. So I switched back to the Staples glue stick, which worked a lot better. Then I'm making her future log. I'm using the same font as the 2023 numbers in the title print, which is just a serif font with this vine design in it. I also made a Dutch door, which is the same thing I did in my journal by just clipping off the top of one page so that I didn't have to write the header twice. And then I used a simple black line to separate each column, and then I put the micro calendar stickers from my printable on each month. Each floral illustration is the birth flower of the month, and all the doodles on this printable are the birth flowers as well, and they're in the same color scheme, which is this really pretty kind of pastel rainbow, and they're the only colors that I'm going to use in this bullet journal setup. Then the next spread I'm going to do is a goals page, and I'm using the color blocks to separate the different categories. I'm also using a basic cursive script font as the secondary header type in this setup, just for some variation, and you'll see me switch between that and the vine letterings throughout this setup, just because I felt like only having the vine lettering was just a little bit too much. My sister also wanted a place to put her accomplishments and then a little bucket list for the year. I used some Crayola super tips to outline these sections, and then I put a little gold star for the accomplishments and then a little bucket icon for the bucket list. And then I'm going back in with my floral doodles and decorating this page a bit more, and I'm using the same colors for each section. So a blue floral doodle for the blue bucket list section, and then a yellow one for the accomplishments. My sister also wanted a page to keep track of things she wants to check out, so I'm making little icons for each category that she wants and then outlining them with the colored markers. They're, again, just Crayola Super Tips. This was a pretty simple spread, but I think the little icons add a lot to it, although I think I kind of messed up a bit on the movie reel. The marker was just a little too thick to get the kind of detail that I wanted on that. But my sister also wanted to know whether the things on this list were recommended to her or just something that she saw that looked interesting. So I made this key on the bottom right for her to use. If the item has a star, it was something that was recommended to her, and if it has a little eye, it's something that she saw and wanted to check out. Next is a bookshelf spread. I used the design stickers to make little potted plants and things to decorate the shelves because I thought that was really cute. I also made a little glass display case with a rose design on the bottom, and it has 3 little balloons inside because my sister loves Pooh Bear and he loves balloons, so I thought that was a cute little touch to add in there. And my sister asked for enough space for at least 30 books, and I think I got about 32 on here. If she needs more than that, I told her we could tape in a little book cart as a flip out page for this so she can keep filling in books. Unfortunately, this is where my video cut out and I didn't realize it, but there isn't really much else to this spread, so I'll just flip through these other pages so you can see what the rest looks like. My sister wanted a page for dealing with stress, so I titled this page and then left it blank so she could write down techniques that really work for her. And then that's all she wanted for her yearly setup pages. But I also went ahead and did her January setup pages as well. I made this art print to fit into the floral theme for the year. It's just a painted illustration of a snowdrop flower. I will be coming out with these monthly pages for every birth flower that is in this same style and uses the same color scheme as the yearly micro calendars for this printable. For 2024, I'll probably sell these as a set that you can purchase for the whole year, but that's a long ways away. And then next, she wanted a large calendar page. These boxes are 7 by 7 bullet journal squares. And then I made a little note section here at the bottom for her as well. Next is the mood tracker. This page is included in the January printable on my Etsy page. So you get both this title page and this mood tracker in that printable. The flowers are not numbered in the printable because I wanted to give you guys the option on how to use this page because you can actually use it a couple of different ways. My sister will probably color code this, but you could also cut this page up and use the different types of flowers for your mood if you wanted to leave it black and white, like depending on how open the flower is how happy you are. Or you could use this page to track 2 different things. Like the type of flower is your productivity level, and then the color is your mood, or something like that. And then, of course, my sister also asked for a habit tracker. I did the numbers down the side, and yes, this time I remembered the number 22. And then I outlined the weekends for her. My sister has 2 different types of habits that she tracks. One is chores, I think, and then one is like fun creative things. So, like, I know that one of her creative habits is playing the piano because she's really into music. So, I made this dividing line in the middle to separate those 2 categories for her. And that's it for this setup video. My sister doesn't use her bullet journal as a planner. She really uses it more as a diary, so she didn't want any weekly spreads in here. I don't think she'll be asking me to set up any more of her monthly pages, but I will be making these floral illustrations and mood pages for every month. So just keep an eye on my Etsy shop if you're interested in this type of cover page and mood tracker. Thank you guys so much for watching. I wanted to send a special thank you to everyone who subscribed and watched my sketchbook session video where I drew Wednesday Addams. I know that isn't bullet journal content, so I appreciate anyone who watched that. Anyways, I probably won't post anything until next year, so good luck on your 2023 bullet journal setups, and I'll see you guys next time.